The Shipwrecked Sailor by Egyptian Classical Tales. Brought to you by TellStory.net, stories from around the world. A court official stood at the palace gate, his face pale with worry. He had returned from a failed mission and now had to face the pharaoh with nothing to show for it. Fear had locked his tongue and rooted his feet to the ground. His companion, a seasoned sailor, stepped beside him.
Compose yourself. Hear my story first. Then tell me if your trouble is as heavy as you think.
The sailor said quietly. The official sat, and the sailor began.
I was aboard a great ship, 120 cubits long, crewed by 120 of Egypt's finest seamen. We were sailing south toward Punt on the pharaoh's business when a storm struck without warning. The sky went dark. The waves rose like moving walls. I watched my shipmates swept away one by one until the ship split apart and the sea swallowed everything whole. I clung to a floating timber as the water churned around me. When I opened my eyes, I was lying on warm sand. The island was full of food: figs, grapes, cucumbers, dates, fresh water running clear between smooth stones. I gathered what I needed, gave thanks to the gods, and made myself a shelter. On the third day, the ground shook. The trees bent and birds burst from their branches in every direction. Then came the serpent. It was 30 cubits long. Its scales were pure gold, and its beard curved long beneath its chin. Bands of deep blue lapis lazuli gleamed along its sides. It was the most magnificent and terrifying thing I had ever seen. I threw myself flat on the ground, trembling.
Who has brought you here, little one? Speak quickly and truthfully, or you shall be reduced to ash before my eyes.
The serpent said. I told it everything: the ship, the storm, the wreck, my lost shipmates. When I finished, the serpent lowered its great head and its voice grew gentle.
Do not be afraid. God has allowed you to live and has brought you to this island of the Ka, a place that lacks nothing, full of every good thing.
Later, when I had rested, the serpent spoke again.
You will stay here 4 months. At the end of that time, a ship will come from Egypt, a ship with men you know. You will board it and return home. You will die in your own city, among your own people.
My heart filled with relief. My lord, I will honor you before the pharaoh himself. I will send you the finest incense, precious oils, and offerings worthy of a god. The serpent regarded me with quiet amusement.
I am the Prince of Punt. Everything you would send me, I already possess. You can give me nothing I do not have. But go, report to your pharaoh what you have seen. That is enough.
Then its voice carried a different weight.
I once lived here with 74 others, my children, my brothers and sisters, all my family. Then a star fell from the sky and fire swept this island. All of them perished. I alone survived, because I was not among them when it came.
I sat beside the great serpent in silence. There were no words equal to that kind of loss. When 4 months had passed, a ship appeared on the horizon. I climbed a tall tree and waved, and a boat came ashore for me. I went to take my leave of the serpent. Without ceremony, it had already piled gifts along the shore: incense in great quantities, sweet-smelling oils. I paint cinnamon, ivory, baboons, and monkeys, and all manner of rare things. I loaded them carefully and bowed deeply.
Go now. Hold what matters to you close when you reach home.
I stepped into the boat and did not look away from the island as the ship moved off and the sails filled with wind. The shore began to sink slowly and quietly, trees and sand disappearing beneath the surface of the water until nothing remained. Only open sea, as though the island had never been. We reached Egypt safely. I laid the gifts before the pharaoh, was given great honor, and was rewarded with a fine house and servants. My family embraced me. I was home.
The sailor looked at the court official beside him.
Whatever news you carry to the pharaoh today, it is not as heavy as what I brought back from that sea. Wash your face. Straighten your shoulders. The pharaoh is waiting.
The official took a slow breath. Then, with his head held steady, he walked through the palace gate.